Over the next 3 days, people across Europe will vote to elect members of this place, the European Parliament, and millions of young people are going to be voting for the first time.
Oh, you're gonna buy those. Okay.
In some countries, like Belgium, the voting age has been lowered to 16.
Do you think that the European elections matter?
Yes.
It's a very big opportunity for us, and I really like it because it gives us a voice that we never had before.
I think it's really important that the European Union works together to work on migration.
Europe has to step up and take action to further European military integration. Europe needs to be stronger because we can't always trust NATO.
For me, also climate change, because it's especially important for the European elections, because you can't solve it only one country, you have to work together, and I think the European Union is a perfect place to talk about it and to try and find solutions.
The tension is really getting real, and my history teachers now are really saying that it wouldn't surprise me if something would happen in the future, so that really scares me and my future, and thinking about my children and my future children. I don't have children now.
Vive la République et vive la France!
But more young people going to the polls won't necessarily translate into support for the EU. In fact, an unprecedented number of young voters are siding with far-right populist parties.
The success of the far right among young people in part has to do with their positions on immigration or on anti-woke, but also with their very successful social media strategy, especially on platforms such as TikTok. They also have this very clear anti-establishment discourse and even rebellious vibe that can appeal to young voters.
That rebellion blaring out in the capital of Europe.
Hundreds of farmers have come to protest here in Brussels with their tractors. They've come from lots of different countries, and many of them are really young. As voting gets underway across Europe, they want to send a strong message that the EU just isn't listening to them.
The reason why we vote for the right is that we had a status quo that we want to do away with. We have global issues that we don't know how we can take control of. We can actually solve the issues that the left tried to solve but failed to do so.
They say that many people their age feel angry.
They feel like their needs are not being met. They feel very distant from their governments, and they're choosing the simplest option. Okay, they're going to choose the political party who says, okay, I will work in the interest of the people. So that's what they prefer.
And that includes you?
Yes.
Another issue that is driving them to the right is migration.
There is a big issue when it comes to security and when it comes to keeping in track of all the people that come in. So I think that Europe doesn't have the capacity to receive that many people.
And that's why you're voting to the right?
That's why I'm voting common sense.
Common sense or not, many young people feel that the more traditional parties are not listening to their concerns. And that disconnect is what could deliver the most significant victory to the far right since the EU was founded more than half a century ago. Sofia Bettiza, BBC News, Brussels.